That looks like a go. Here we are again, Peter. I want to welcome everyone back. This is a big week. We've had a bye week. Welcome to the Rad Show. This is kind of an official thing now. And I just want to personally welcome everyone. My name is Mike, aka Munster, and my good friend Peter Lundberg. How are you, Peter?
Good to see you, man. I know we were going to try to go live from Beat the Creek, and we took time off, but now we're back. I think we lost Mike. So yeah, we tried to go Beat the Creek live, and due to cell phone service, we weren't able to go live. So we missed a week, and now we're back. So we're getting ready to start the show up again. We're just going to give it a couple minutes. Here comes Mike back in. Mike's joining back in. Oh, you're back.
I'm back. So we didn't lose connection. That was just me.
Yes, you just dropped out. So I just left off saying that we took a week off. We were going to try go live on Beat the Creek, but due to cell phone service, it was kind of tough to get it all, situated. So happy to see you, man. I'm glad you're back, and a lot of stuff going on, and we got a special guest today, which I'm excited about, and you're back in the saddle here, and we got a lot to talk about, man. So welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, 100%, Peter. I wish it would have worked for us to have been able to do some sort of I don't know, guerrilla style satellite setup and run the Rad Show from Beat the Creek. That would have been awesome. But like you said, hectic and hectic, and the connection just not worth it. So we took a week off, but in that off week, we did gather a ton of new content. A lot's been happening. It's been a busy 2 weeks, and yes, we can recap Beat the Creek with Chris Lingdren himself. That's a big honor.
Yes, very excited, and I'm just going to go through our sponsors, and then we're going to get Chris on.
Please do. That is the most important thing.
These sponsors that I mentioned, they either collaborate or they help make this show happen. So 2.4 Designs, RC Car Action, Carryall, Treal Hobbies, RC Pro Rack, Crazy Crawler Foams, FMS, Powerhobby, Cow RC, Lifted Custom RC, Adventure RC, Crawler Cult RC, Scale Rat, Westmade, RC Misfits, and Race Place. So, as the weeks go on and we start, bringing on new people, and, we'll get them on the sponsor list. All those people I just mentioned play into the show, give us ideas for content. So thank you to all that help make this show possible. And Mike, if we want to get Chris on, and let's talk Beat the Creek. I'm excited. So
sounds good to me.
There he is.
Hey,
Chris.
Am I here?
Chris Lingdren, we can
how's it going?
We can hear you.
All right.
Thank you very much for taking the time to come here and join us. Oh, what are we wearing here? What is that today? I missed it.
That was the Beat the Creek hat we sold last weekend.
Nice.
Yep.
Well, hang on. I wore my Beat the Creek shirt tonight too. We're going to celebrate.
Like I said, I need to get one of those too. But yeah, thanks for having me on, guys.
Definitely have one. Lee or Clay, if you're watching, let's make sure our man gets one of these. We made sure that your buddy Joe got a very special X.
I know. I heard
the barn. Yep. So we did take care of that.
I didn't see it, but I heard. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, good. Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show, Peter and Mike. Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, I know this is the week after, and we all know what went into the event. So again, thank you for taking on with us. I know you probably need plenty of rest.
Yeah, I've been resting for sure. I'm about 90%, I say. So,
Chris, we're getting old, and we
very
don't feel
old
like we used to. So, it takes a couple days to recover.
at least. Yep.
But I can tell you this from an outside perspective. My very first year attending this event,
Right.
I wasn't sure really what to expect. And I will tell you, cross my heart, honest, blown away. It exceeded any expectations that I had. And it was well run, very organized.
Yep.
The fire department that was on site making food was great. Porta potties, very well run. But the sheer number of participants, and then vendor row, I was blown away with the amount of support that is shown to this event.
All the people there.
What was that, Peter?
What was the total number you think of attendees? Like, including
they announced it at the drawing awards. I think it's just shy of 1,200.
Wow.
Yes, Joe's wife keeps tabs and track of all that. I think she announced 1,195, counting drivers, kids, and spectators.
Wow.
So,
that's impressive.
So yeah, about 1,000, over 1,000 drivers, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's one of those things that you don't necessarily see at once. They're
no,
dispersed.
You don't.
Everybody's out on a trail. People are here. People are there. You don't see it all at once. But again, I love seeing the amount of people that participated in the vendor row.
You see it in all the vehicles and parking and everything. But then during the day, everybody's all spread out over all 84 acres. On 5 trails, we'll say 6 trails, counting the smaller one and, and then back at Creektown, I like to call it. So, yeah, it never seems to be really busy out there, but it is,
And you might have seen it a little bit in the morning when you're coming in. But I'll tll you, one of the
that went a lot better
key
this year.
points. The first one is how low you keep the entry fee and the cost. I'm still taken back that we're getting two solid days, maybe 2.5 if you get there for the Friday night run.
That's
for $20. I mean, you put together a lot for a reasonable cost.
Right.
And so thank you to that. When you can let people play with their tiny trucks and not have to take out a mortgage.
True.
That means a lot.
Yeah, we talk about it. Everybody, Joe, of course, he sets the price and he wants to keep it low and he likes people to have a good time and be able to allow anybody that can come. If they have $20, they could come have a great weekend. So
fantastic.
We're all paying enough now on gas and food and everything. Let's try to keep it $20 and get people there. And it worked, it works because people spend a lot of money to come. We appreciate that because I know it probably cost people double this year due to
gas.
Due to gas and hotel or food and hotel and whatever, so we appreciate that each and every one of them. So if we can keep it at $20, then all the better, That's something they don't have to worry about the inflation affecting.
I can officially say one thing. Let me use a sticker here to kind of say it. I am now a creek head.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I am now a creek head. I had to put that on. So driving the creek was definitely the highlight of the entire weekend. But I'm going to give credit where credit is due on 2 things. And the first one I'll touch on is the barn. The mad scientist the creepy, freaky man that came up with this thing.
Yep.
It's like a game of mousetrap.
That's a good point. That's exactly right. Yep.
You're casting a reel and you're using a drill to crank up and slide down, and it's all intertwined. It's so freaking creative. Yep. Once you do it, you get to see it, and it's somebody has to see this at least once in your life. It has to be on a bucket list.
Yep. Thank you.
So
you can thank Joe again. 95% of that's all out of his mind. And my friend Brian, who we talked about, who goes up the ladder 30 feet and puts all that together. Yes. And things like that.
Trucks that stalled or ones that are falling, you better wear a helmet. Trucks are falling from the ceiling, and it gets crazy in there.
Yeah, I know.
Keep your head up and make sure you're paying attention.
Yeah, you do.
You could get hurt. But I have never, ever driven an RC car so close to a horse before.
Yeah, that's right. You like that?
Literally a horse, like a couple of them right there.
We have 4 horses there. They were like, 10 feet away from that one trail. Or that one crossing.
Very cool.
Yeah, usually they're in the other field, but this year we had to rope them into that little section because we knew we were probably going to need that other big field for parking, and that's what we needed. And
one of the horses was in the barn. Like while we were in there, he was literally in there eating.
Yeah, they have their little pen there. Yeah. Yep.
This city boy doesn't get to see stuff like that often. So
you got another experience there.
Yes.
But thank you. Yeah, that took, of course, that was like in the making, as you probably know. We started out in the barn with just one little thing that went up on on some of the beams and then came down right away. And that was it. And now 5 years later, it's evolved to what it is.
It goes up levels and down and out the side of the building.
Yep.
So when we did that X and we did the design for it, I get it now why it was so important.
Why we wanted
to get a piece of that barn in there. It's a huge part of the whole experience.
Yeah, right when I saw your logo, I'm like, if we can get some barnwood looking.
It was so genius.
It was perfect. So hats off to you, and we got that done, and everybody loved it. So
I need to call out one person, one particular person, a vendor that was on vendor row. And again, I have no problem calling out someone when I see something very cool. And that was Beef Tubes.
Okay.
And Beef Tubes had one of the most epic vendor setups I have ever seen before. Did you get a chance to see this?
Yeah, we went in there and hung out. It was
so Peter,
his new trailer, air conditioned, and everything.
It's so sick.
That's cool.
He's got like this long 10 by 20 tent with the Beef Tubes logo up, and as you come down to the end where he's set up, he has his trailer backed up, and when the ramp comes down, it exposes these storefront doors. Like literally, it looks like you walk into a store.
Double doors.
Double door glass pane. You walk inside, and he's behind the counter in the air conditioning. It's insane.
Yep. All his products up on the walls, on both walls, on the side, and everything. So
you talk about life goals. I mean, I know what I'm chasing right now. I think the moment you can get a Beef Tube set up, and then I seen him cruising around in his golf cart. And I mean, this thing's, some whip, like all set up on jacked up tires, beat up shocks, all decked out. What an amazing setup. Bravo, Beef Tubes. You guys got the award. That was sick.
Yeah, Dan likes to do it up.
If you're gonna go
he did a great job. He didn't get a chance to get the wrap on that trailer yet, but whenever he opened that up and I saw what he had done in there, I'm like, wow. And then he's done like not only just like normal stuff on the wall, or
Yeah.
what do you call that, to put your parts up. He's
Yeah.
done like metal.
Yep.
There's like metal around the what do you call it, the half wall,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
all his products above that on
Above it,
different hooks and everything.
You
So
literally felt like you were in a store.
you do. Yeah. Yeah.
Bravo. So that
He
was
did a good
very
job
cool.
for sure.
Yes.
Very good. Great job, Dan.
Absolutely. And then, like I had said, the creek. You can't talk about Beat the Creek without talking about the creek.
The creek. That's right.
And you know, as you get down further, as you're walking through the trails, it's so interactive, and there's always something to see. There's a big Sasquatch in the woods. There's a doorway. You have to pass through a door hung between two trees. Just these little novelty things. It really just kept the excitement and added to the whole experience. So
yeah,
hats off, Chris.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you. I'm glad you loved it. You know, it was so excited to have all you new guys there, and all these vendors, and you to get out on the trail and run them, you know, and hearing this now, it's why we do it, you know?
Yeah.
You know, we want it to be interesting to people and exciting, you know, because, you know, just running down the trail, yeah, people can do that. They'll still be happy. But we want to throw in a little things in there now and then, you know.
And I got photos of all of it.
On your toes.
Yes, it was well worth it. And it makes you excited to go back and see, well, let's see what they do next year.
That's right.
And clearly you guys are doing more and more every year. And I know that there's big expectations for a permanent SCX24. I shouldn't call it SCX24, sorry.
Yeah,
a
24 scale
micro 24 scale. The people that set up the temporary micro course, I think they were from West Virginia, if I'm not mistaken. I met them.
Yeah.
Great
Derek
people.
and Brittany Randolph. Yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you. I didn't catch the name. Hats off to them. They worked. They worked and worked and worked. And it paid off. What a great experience on that micro course. And I get it was temporary. The new pole barn that he put up for the construction vehicles, super cool. The hotel that we stayed at was amazing.
Was that good? Good. Yeah, I've stayed there last couple years, but since I had my fifth wheel there, of course I didn't stay there, and he was booked up anyway, so I didn't have a choice. But
the manager, Nate,
good. What's that?
Remember the manager, his name is Nate. And he took great care of us. He was like, oh, Chris this, Chris that. And to have a signature hotel that people can go to, that made a big difference. I'm going to give one shout out to a restaurant in Kentucky. It is called Tumbleweed.
Yeah, Tumbleweeds. Yep.
Holy smokes.
Maysville, Kentucky. Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
If you are in Maysville, Kentucky, get the Tumbleweed. It was delicious. We went back twice. It was delicious. I'm a new fan of Bob Evans. I never ate at a Bob Evans before.
Is that right?
It was kind of a food tour for me, but
yeah, that's all right.
So you touched on something there, Chris, and that was us being able to come to be able to enjoy not having to be stuck behind a booth. And that was my main goal, was to be able to wheel a little bit, get out and mingle, meet lots of people. We met tons of people at vendors and out on the trail. That was worthwhile. And then it was amazing to see the new vendors that came, to be able to have Rebel on site and be able to meet a whole new client base. People that hadn't seen a Rebel. I met so many people saying,
me too.
I've seen the Rebel online. I've seen the Rebel in a magazine. I've never seen one in person. Being able to walk over to a Rebel booth and be able to pick it up, purchase it, hit the trail. That was a highlight, but that's just one of them. I know we could rattle off vendors for hours. But it was great.
They were also great. Yeah,
they were.
Yep. Yeah, it was good having Jeff there. And if he's watching, thank you again. But I always I've talked to him maybe 4 or 5 times now.
Okay.
A couple of times at UST,
Yep.
and then 2 or 3 times at Beat the Creek. But I enjoy talking to Jeff so much. It's amazing, you know, what he's thinking, what we're about Rebel, and where he wants to go with it, and some of the ideas him and I threw around. But yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, it's definitely. I hope it continues to grow for sure.
Yes. Well, I
Great
know that you're one of the newest owners of
That's
a
right.
Rebel, and
Thank you to
took
Jeff.
one sick
Yep.
photo that ended up right on the Instagram page, like almost immediately.
Right.
And the reason that could happen was that was a light kit,
That's
plug
right.
and play, right out of the box. You hit the night run.
Yep. 45
so-
minutes later, after I pulled out of the box, I said,
I love it.
"Oh man, I got to go meet for the night run," since I was leading it. And sure enough, that lit up the woods, and then I had that great picture on that log on Trail 5 that this is the first year that log's been there. So
Oh, no
I think,
kidding.
yeah, backstory on that. Back in March, we walk all the trails. We chainsaw and clear all the big stuff out. Well, on Trail 5, you go around that little bend and then down that little hill. Well, we started down that little hill and I saw that log. I was like, holy moly. I said, look at this. And Joe was like, oh man, we're never going to get that out of the way. And I started looking at it. I'm like, hold up. We have to crawl this. Look at it. And then finally we kept looking and looking. We did very little to make that, to be able to crawl that.
It
Peter,
landed like that. Yeah, we got
landed
great
like that.
photos. We had
Peter, it
like
was
4
like
of them
kinda-
lined up.
It
And-
turned.
Yeah,
It went uphill and then turned too. This
Yep.
tree
it was
had like an
perfect.
S curve in it. But we did a little bit at the end by the roots to get off,
Yep.
of course, and put the bridge and the little bridge to get on. Other than that, it was, man. So we had to use that on the night run, and that's where that picture was taken, where we had 10, 15 trucks lined up.
All
I
lined
was
up.
in the front before I left, climbed up in between the route and then down the bridge. So I sent that picture to Jeff right away when I got back to the camper. I'm like, you got to see this, man. We had a good time out there.
And I gotta say, before I'm just looking at some of the comments, Mr. Beef Tubes joined us. We just got done talking about his great trailer, so welcome.
Oh, Dan has to go back and hear it. I mean, we
Yeah,
threw him a huge
yeah,
shout
we're
out on
talking
that
about
setup.
your great setup.
I mean, bravo again to Dan Davidson, Beef Tubes on that setup. That is.
Another comment. Don't forget about his beef jerky. He had all
Oh yeah.
trail.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does have beef jerky. I meant to
thought
go.
that was a
See,
joke.
that was another thing. I meant
Was
to go
there
back.
really beef jerky there?
Yeah.
I thought they were joking.
No.
Oh, no, damn it. I wish I would have stopped. I would have eaten.
No, he had all kinds of varieties. And I saw some Korean barbecue and I'm like, Dan, I'm going to come back and get some. Of course, I never did.
I mean, I love beef
just
jerky.
got too busy.
Darn it. I thought they were kidding me. Like,
No,
you're going to
he
get
really
beef
had beef jerky.
Next year, I'm going to get beef jerky.
It was your trails. He always billed it as here's your trail snacks when you hit the trail.
It's genius.
I forget what brand it was. Bodacious beef jerky, something like that.
No kidding. I
Yeah.
love it.
He had about 10, 15 different varieties, flavors, you know.
Well, listen, he's the smart one. He's the smart one in this whole thing because those 90, 100-degree days, he's golden in that AC.
I know.
He'd sit behind there and laugh at every chowderhead walking by.
Oh, yeah. He was joking when I was there. He said, okay, if you're not going to buy nothing, you get 2 minutes. If you're going to buy something, you get 3 minutes.
Everybody's hiding out and they're getting
Right.
cool.
If you're going to buy something, though, you get 3 minutes. That was pretty funny. But
Dan, we took advantage of the Creekhead stickers right away. And
Yep,
that was
those are
another great
awesome.
thing that Beef Tubes did by putting those Beat the Creek sticker sheets together. I mean, very
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, I have one. I did get one of those.
I only
So
got one.
I got one sheet. So yeah, I need to put some Creekhead stickers, especially on the new Rebelcon for sure.
Let me tell you, I've had that truck since it came out, Chris, and
Yeah.
just a great truck. I mean, you know, only did a couple things. I still have the original servos in it, and the light kit is fantastic. And it's just a great, I mean, they did such a great job. I mean, it's my go-to trail truck for sure.
Good. Yeah, I plan, well, we were going to do it this weekend, but it's still like 90 degrees here today. And then Joe was out of town anyways, but I think I'm going to go up there Monday or Tuesday and run the trails. I'm going to bring the Rebel.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Run all the trails on Monday or Tuesday. Yeah. So looking forward to that and giving it a good test for sure.
No, you could beat it up. I mean, I took it out last week on rocks, and I posted a video and really drove it hard. And just a great truck, great platform.
Good.
And, a couple of things, Mike, I wanted to throw in. Not being there, but Chris, I want to commend you leading up to the event. What I was really impressed with was how weekly or daily you gave updates. With some of the things that, you know, about the parking, about, you know, all the vendors, thanking them, leading up to the event, the excitement, the promo on social media. It was all like, if I was going, I would be so excited to get there. You know, I have to say well done on that, because even though I didn't go, I still looked at all those posts leading up, and it's like, wow, this was very well done. It created the hype that people were looking for. And, you know, even during the event, I watched every live during work on Friday, you know, all the times you went live over the weekend. You know, it just looked like a great event. So well done.
Thank you, Peter. I appreciate that. Yeah, I definitely want to keep everybody in the loop about things we've talked about. Again, still not everybody's on Facebook or social media. So we still get people like, well, we're not sure what to do. But, you know, I try to get everything out there. I definitely, no matter if you're a prime sponsor or general sponsor, you get your post. We want to talk about you, anything that will help people along the way, like directions to get in if you're towing a big vehicle. Of course, a lot of people miss that and they came in the back way, but it's as well, you're probably, I don't know which way. No, you came in from the north, right, Mike?
Yeah.
Yeah, you came in from Ohio, but so I just try to keep people in the loop. You know,
I heard people with the big trailers, they were all giggling. Like, did you come in this way where you were zigzagging around? And I'm like, wow, I wouldn't have wanted to do that. I'm like, thank goodness I'm not towing a trailer.
Yeah, if you're coming up from the north or south and through Lexington, Kentucky, it has you get off the U.S. Highway 68 or 62. I'm not sure. And then you're on a back road for like an hour.
Wow.
So like a lane and a half, a back road. So it's
I knew a lot of the roads that we took were sharp lefts, sharp rights. I mean, it was you're twisting around out there, and it was a long ride home. I was excited to get back.
Yeah, I can believe it. That's a long trip for you guys.
Well, I've been getting spoiled. Recently, we've been flying to so many of them. It's been a long time since I spent that much time in a car.
Right.
Now, what would you have to do if you wanted to fly? You would go into Cincinnati?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Airport. That's the Cincinnati Airport.
Well, because Ohio's not far. I was so shocked. Like when I Googled, I think I was looking for pizza or something, and like Ohio was coming up like right away. I'm like, that close?
Yeah. Well, Maysville's right on the Ohio River.
Okay.
The downtown part. I don't know if you got a chance to go downtown, down over the hill and down there. Cool town, very historic. They have a big flood wall. It's all painted with murals and the history of the town. So there's some good history there, and the architecture is very cool.
There was like a ton of antique stores in one of the towns we went through. Was it a lot of antique stores? I don't know.
They have a bunch down there. Yes.
Yeah, and maybe that was where we ended up. But I think, like I said, we stopped at Bob Evans on the way out, and but I want to shout out to Joe for again opening up his property to everyone. What a great guy. All around positive the entire time. The only downside, if I need to make a bitch and say, I want to change for next year, I want Emily to listen up. She needs to have product for sale a table, like a vendor table. I can't tell you how heartbroken I was that I couldn't
I
go
was too.
get my Outlaw RC scale fix.
Yeah.
All she could do was flex her earrings in me. Oh, but I made these Dorito earrings. I'm like, girl, like, you know, make stuff.
Yeah,
she just kept saying
unfortunately,
she didn't have time leading
she
up
just
to
was
it.
so busy.
I get it.
There was no time to really.
But she would kill it there. She
I
would
know.
kill it.
Yeah, but one good thing is at USTE, you saw some of her stuff down there, and she did great at USTE, like double what she
got me
usually
for
does.
$80. I mean, I saw her stuff. I still have it.
I have her stuff in all my trucks.
Right.
Oh, that's cool. Good.
Every one of them has.
But yeah, it's unfortunate she didn't get to set up. And I even talked to her about it, and she goes, "Yeah, I won't be able to set up vendor row," but she wanted to set up down there by the T-shirts.
Right.
But it was
just
a
small stash.
Yeah, it was just too busy, and she didn't really have the time to do it properly. So we'll try
my
to
only
work on
gripe.
something.
I want Outlaw there next year. That's my only request.
So we got some questions coming in.
Go ahead, Pete. Yeah, what's up?
So one of them is from Tyler Slane. Are you doing Beat the Creek in October this year?
Well, we do. It's called Rocktober in October, but yeah, we still plan to do Rocktober. Yes. There's no official date yet, but Joe and I have a weekend. We're pretty sure we're going to do it, but we'll announce it soon.
And remember, I think Proline by the Fire is in October. So
Yes.
FYI.
Yeah, I think Proline by the Fire is the 15th and 16th.
Yeah.
So we're thinking October 8th and 9th is what we're thinking, to be honest.
Perfect.
I'm on vacation till October 3rd for 2 weeks. And then
there's an RC event every weekend anymore. If not one or two anymore. There's just no way to pick a date that's going to please everyone. At some point, you're going to have to pick and choose.
Right. It's changed so much from just the 6-7 years I've been into it. Before you basically never had to worry about it, but now there's some conflicts and you feel bad, but there's nothing you can do. We have a schedule. We have our family schedules. He does. So we have to pick the weekend for Beat the Creek in Rocktober. We never mean to step on anybody's toes or anything, but it's the only time the weekends we have to do it, So.
So one other question that somebody spoke to me this week about, would you ever consider doing a third day? Meaning that you look at some of the other events where, people travel long distance, right? If they're not a vendor, they come in on Saturday and they go home Sunday. You look at the USDE format kind of, would you ever consider doing like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday wheel and then Thursday vendor, just a question that came up during the week. We've already kind of talked about that, Peter. So it's already in discussion, believe it or not. So we heard some of that, and we always like to get feedback from everybody that's there, good or bad. We want that feedback. Otherwise, you just become stagnant I'm trying to think. I lost my train of thought.
No.
But you become stagnant, and then nobody starts showing up. So we want to get that feedback.
You're always trying to keep it fresh and grow, and you're listening and learning, and it's showing. The only way it's showing is because you're getting repeat people back, and I think that's the biggest honor and way to gauge if you're doing it right. Are you getting repeat?
That's right. Yeah.
People coming back.
Well, people, you got to be happy with that. That's a great number. That's
those are numbers that you don't hear of often.
No.
How many times are we attending events with 100 people, 2 or 3 vendors set up and 100 people? Like,
that's the way Joe and I talked when him and I first became friends. I think I might have mentioned, I said, Joe, this is pretty great here. I was just getting into the trailing and this is great. I think you can have something big here. And back then I'm thinking, 200 people, 200 people, 300 maybe. And Joe told me a few times, we won't do more than 400 people. I won't have it. We won't get more than 400. I can't do it. And now it's like
Now-
three times that many,
Right?
you know, but we
I-
had a lot of help this year, you know, not only, well, Joe and I do most of the trail work, but Brian, Joe owns an auto shop, a repair shop in Maysville. A lot of his mechanics came out and helped.
Wow.
Right when they'd be done with work the last couple weeks when I was there, they'd all come over and help out. But also a lot of the girls' friends and girlfriends of some of his employees, they all came and helped. So that's why it was easier to get everybody registered, get them through the gate, get them paid. And so we thank, you know, we had so much help this year. So otherwise it wouldn't have gone as well as we expected. It takes a team for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it all paid off, Chris. Congrats to you.
Yes, thank you.
Peter, I'll let you sign him out. Chris, I will let you say your thank yous, your goodbyes, and everyone for your, I mean, I'm sure you want to say thank you for everyone attending and all that. Yeah. I want to thank you and Joe again for everything you guys did. Congrats on a great event.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you to everybody. Like I said, I still haven't got to do an official post, but I want to thank each and every one person that came there, spent their money, made the trip, and just had a good time. And it's great seeing you all and seeing the smiles on your faces. So thank you again.
Thank you, Chris. Pleasure having you, and look forward to seeing you.
All right. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, Mike.
You got it. Yeah, Pete, I'm telling you, he's one of the good guys. Anybody watching that maybe hasn't attended or maybe thinking about attending Beat the Creek, I can only tell you, put it on your bucket list. It is one of those must attend at some point in your life.
Oh, that was great. It was great having him, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. I definitely got to get on there. All right, so let's chat, man. A lot of things going on.
A lot has happened. Pete, I'll throw you some Treal stuff right away. So one of the things that happened while we were at Beat the Creek, we accepted another one of those goodie boxes from our friend Crazy Crawler. So that big box came, we divvied it up, we made sure that Beat the Creek got them, we sent them, you know, we distributed them to the list. Canyon Crawlers, Travis, Lucas, I forget his name. I think it's Lucas Klein of Canyon Crawler. They got theirs and the whole nine, but he sent some 2.2 size foams now. And where are they going to go? We got the Treal wheels. Right now I'm running the Super Swampers on the Rift. Until the Mickey Thompsons from Proline become available, I'm tracking them this week. But for now, we mounted the Treal wheel on Super Swampers. They're great. They got the Crazy Crawler foams in them. I got one of the wheels done today, but we're excited this week, probably, if time allows, start cranking out some work on this Rift. All the Treal stuff that we have for it. We dyed the cage. So I'm excited to get started on that. The next thing I want to talk about, Pete, is our friend Frank over at FMS. They've been busy, and we got a Moggy thing. So, but they call it a Mogrich, and I'm sure this all comes down to licensing. It gets very complicated. You don't want to hurt someone by calling it the wrong thing. The correct term, if anyone's looking to purchase one through FMS, it is called the Mogrich. Let me grab this. I have them hanging on my Micro Pro Rack from Judd, but I did get some weathering done. We did the bed with some wood grain. You know, I'm not the best at weathering. I'm not taking not flexing my job here, but we did add some weathering, and it does give it some character. For an 18 scale truck, dude, this thing's very cool. And easy to work on. I mean, plenty of room up inside the hood to put a battery. You You can route all the wires through that little chute there. What a cool, fun little truck from FMS, the Mogrich.
They're doing some great things. They got
They
got a Jeep on their website for like $69. The red Power Horse.
Yes.
having a
Yeah.
sale
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's got a lot of features in it. I mean, they're
It does.
releasing some cool stuff, FMS. I mean, I worked on my Jimmy this weekend. I found a good mod online. Look at that. Oh, you got the Chevy.
I got the K10 Blazer. I know they posted this week a 6x Jeep. Hopefully that gets here. If it comes this week, I'll have it for the show next Saturday. They did 6x Jeep. Again, a lot of great features. I'm just telling you, people, if and when FMS does 10 scale, pucker up. I mean, they're going to change the game. The level of detail that they can put into these trucks, if and when they jump in the 10 scale game, look out.
Yeah, I mean, I only have one, and I got my eyes on a couple more.
Well, you got that tan Jimmy, the authentic military looking one, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I did a mod this week, and I saw a great video from Jeremy from Big Squid, and basically the truck is set up with leaf under.
Yep.
So it keeps it low. So now I have to get new tires, but you can see the difference in the ride height. Look at the difference in the wheels.
I didn't realize that was on the leaf.
Yeah. So instead of leaf under, now it's over. So
okay,
you see the difference. So I'm gonna go with 2 2s. I'm gonna probably get the stamped OEMs, or, and raise the tire. But yeah, I mean, even the steering wheel turns when you turn.
Right?
It's a great detail. I mean, FMS has got some cool
very cool, very cool. So yes, FMS Crazy Crawler. I think we talked about these after USTE, but Sinister. Let me see if I can get it on the screen a little bit better. If I can get the zoom in right here. It's so hard to get the zoom in right. It's called Sinister RC. And what they're doing is a very slick, I'm going to open it up out of the package. Let's do an unboxing. Why is this thing so cool? Hit up RC Addict, rcaddict.com. I know he is an official authorized dealer for these, but why do I love them so much? It is a scale land anchor that will fold up out of the way. I'm trying to stay in front of the camera, but that little detail allows you to tuck this thing away anywhere you want in those scale builds. And you got a super sturdy, solid land anchor. Very cool stuff happening from Harold over at Sinister. I did get, let me show you something else from Treal. Where did I put this? I was so excited. I did my best not to take a picture of it and show it to you today. I was like, I'm going to show Peter tonight. So here is the Bronco.
Wow.
I got a gray Bronco decked out in red. So we painted the white letters on the grill red. I did a custom window sticker on the window. It's got the spare tire in the back with the red Bronco kicking. Just those subtle little accents. I mean, this with the red wheels.
I remember when you were talking about going red with that color.
Going red.
It just pops. I mean, I put the bumper on mine. I still got to put the rear bumper on, but yeah, it looks great, man.
Yeah, I'm really happy. The
I
gray with the red
bumper,
accent.
by the way.
What's that?
Remember the bumper you told me about, the Stinger?
Yes. And you got it. Oh, I have it. I haven't put it on yet. I think I'm going to put it on my yellow Jeep. It looks great on there. And the zoom in on that. So you did use the Treal bumper mount that goes to that. Really stiffens it up.
Yeah. So I don't know if you could see it there, but it's on there.
That's fantastic.
But it looks pretty cool. And I'm going to do the rear bumper.
Perfect.
It took off the tent for now, but it definitely looks cool. And what about Treal? You see all the wheels we dropped this week?
Dude, I ordered these. I ordered these red wheels, and then Treal drops the other ones. And I'm like, crap. I went back on the website, logged in, grabbed the other red one. So I'll probably have to either remount them or get another set of tires or something, because I think
Well,
I
the
want to try
oil was
those new
cool.
red ones from Treal. They're
Yeah,
really sharp.
was the all brass wheel that they dropped.
Yes.
You know, they
So
had the
for these
Axial.
comp guys with the micro, bro, the brass wheel, did you see the weight on it? I mean, that thing's no joke.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to put weight down low. And then, you know, a couple days after that, they released like 3 new styles. So
Yep.
the 24 market's doing very well.
Yes.
A lot of options, and excited about it. You know, Treal's doing some good things.
And then Power Hobby goes ahead this week and posts up on Instagram a 900. Make sure I said that clearly in the microphone. 900 milliamp micro battery for all you comp guys. It might be a little much for a comp guy, but I like to take my micros out on the trail setups. Oh, look at this. If that is working, if we are literally sharing a screen, here we go. 1999 Axial SCX24 950C. Look at that. Beautiful. Bravo, Power Hobby.
Yeah, that's going to be some, I mean, talk about runtime.
Right?
Yeah, that's going to be something definitely to pick up. I definitely want to get.
Absolutely. That is a battery that gets me excited. Wow.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And what about the Carryall front? You know, how's things? I know you're busy. I know you've been telling me, you know, with the G speed and everything, you know, bags are good. Things
okay. Yeah. Thank you, Pete. It's no joke. It's a double-edged sword. So we took a surge right after Scale Nationals. We had Matty Kett and Josh for Scale News Update and Harley Design. They got their bags at Nationals, and we saw this trend like, wait, how do I get a Custom X? How do I get one of these? And it just blew up. And then maybe a week after that, we launched the collaboration project with G Speed, and it blew up. I literally called Gabriel Fleming 2 or 3 days after we launched the bag. I think I might have called him from the shower. I was taking a cold shower with my clothes on, crying like, Gabe, you broke us. He's laughing. I'm like, no, uncle. I was not prepared for the surge. So the double-edged sword is this. We appreciate all the support. It was amazing, but it put a serious whammy on the inventory that we had. So we've been fielding emails right now, trying to let everyone know they are officially on back order. The new bags are coming. The new shipment that is coming is very exciting. At least 2, maybe 3 new products will be in this next shipment. The one that everyone's been waiting for is the new V2 single shoulder sling bag. That's in there. The leg drop, people were seeing it at Beat the Creek. I wore it there. I wore it at USTE. The leg drop is going to be exciting. So it's no joke. We are definitely in back order, but new bags are coming. And then when they come, we will be rolling out all the new special editions that we've been working on. Behind the scenes, we got the Castle bag wrapped up. We talked to Chris from Hemistorm. There's a lot in the works. Westmade and Bird over at A&M Garage, Scale Rat. There's so many options and different bags. It's just such a great way to show your support for a brand that you want to represent. So the signature look with the vinyl wraps. Big shout out to GA Rock Zombie, Corey Allen, for all of his help. I mean, this guy's killing it right now with the vinyl wrap. Yeah, so that's where we've been right now with the bags. We are in a back order. We have plenty of orders to fill. We got plenty of inventory to fulfill what's out there and already in the works. We just, out of an abundance of caution, took them off the website right now. Everything's going back up on the website this week. There'll be a header on the top of the page explaining how the back order will work, because it's like a month out from Father's Day, and Father's Day usually is like the biggest time of the year for us. And so we'll do some sort of special order for Father's Day, so that a wife or mother could order one for that special man in their life. We'll have some sort of bundle deal set up, and put them first in line. So when the shipment arrives, they'll be first to get it. But yeah, that's it from the Carryall front right now. I do have something hanging over my shoulder back here, Pete. If you have a second.
I'm waiting for this all night, green slime.
This guy, this little guy, Simple Green. I'm calling it Simple Green. Simple Green has to be one of the most appropriate names for this truck. So what you're looking at here is the new Axial base camp. Simplistic, simple truck, portal axle, simple SCX24, but it hits everything right on the mark, what they were looking for. As I was looking at this, I'm like, it's a starter truck. It hits the mark. What they were going after was the person walking up to Axial Badlands or Axial Fest and wants to get into the hobby. They can grab this thing out of the box and hit the trail. Hits the mark perfectly. I'm thinking loaner truck. These will come with me to every event now. Anytime I go out with my kids, I can basically tell my son, look, you got a truck. And they can go off and hammer away on it. It's easy to work on, quick fix. I have plenty of spare parts to go on something like this. But mark my words right now, Peter, this one is not going crazy. The whole point of this one is not to go crazy and upgrade this. I know you're laughing. I mean it.
Photos. Next week there'll be photos of mods.
No, I promise you.
I just can't believe the price point of that truck and what you get. And they did a transmission, right? Like what is the upgrade that they did?
Yeah.
For the center line.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool looking truck.
Yeah. And the point of it, to try and not upgrade it, when I say no upgrades, we'll put a servo in it. I'll probably maybe replace the motor when it goes. I did want to do a set of the copper wheels, but it's going to remain simple green. But yeah, the trans, they just flipped it. It's still all your basic truck. Nothing crazy. The wheels are gorgeous. Tires, it's a gorgeous truck. Nothing crazy, but a super slick, clean bumper up front. Simplistic, simple green, I tell you. Jeremy Griffin, our friend, everybody's scaling. He had his at Beat the Creek. He did a direct bolt-in Power Hobby, the MX53, I believe, the internal spool servo winch, which I ordered the same one for this truck. After I saw Jeremy's video, it was a direct bolt-in, simple. It was like made for it. I will bolt that thing in there. I'll give it an internal spool winch, maybe a new servo, and it's going to do exactly what we wanted.
Oh, it's great. And like I said, the price point, people getting into the hobby, a loaner truck, not a bad option.
Absolutely. Somebody new walks up to your table and you meet them and they're like, hey, what's this all about? Put the radio and truck in their hand and let them have at it.
Awesome. Yeah, and good luck with it. I'll eventually get my hands on one. If I haven't finished my other projects. So what about RC four-wheel drive? Talk about releasing a Land Cruiser Lexan body. There was a lot of drop and a lot of talk about that. Different out of the norm, right? All the TF2s you own, I own. That was an interesting drop.
Yeah. I found out about that like the day before, and it was kind of funny because the people that got the early release of it said, oh, this is going to break the internet today. They just kind of giggled. It's going to break the internet. All the haters are going to come out. But, you know, it's not for everyone. I bet you, you know, if you're an RC four-wheel drive nut, did it disappoint a lot of people? I think you nailed it around the head, Peter. It did. And they all want that hard body, super scale look from RC four-wheel drive. I think that's no secret. And people on Facebook and Instagram made their point.
Yeah.
But at some point, what's, I guess, a little variety.
Well, and that's the thing, you know, all the manufacturers, they come out with all different, they try new markets, right? We know that, Treal, with other companies, and, you know, they try new avenues, and, you know, not everybody's going to like it. You know, you can't have a blockbuster every release, right? I know the diehards. I mean, I got 3 TF2s. I'm a hard body. I like the hard body, but, you know, it's good to have variety in the portfolio. That's just my opinion. You know, we'll see how it does. I mean, you know, you and I have talked about a lot of trucks that have been dropped, and some take off like wildfire and some flop. I mean, we go back a couple shows ago, we've been talking about trucks every week that have dropped, you know, and the Sledge and the Armor and all these other trucks. I mean, it's like almost like weekly trucks are dropped, and
Absolutely.
some take off, some don't. You know, it's the beauty of the hobby, you know, variety. You know,
The
and
simple answer is, Pete, sometimes not every truck is meant for you. And to get people to stop from hate bashing on it and making a comment, I guess that's never going to change. You're always going to have people dying to just fire up them thumbs and bam, I got to tell people how I feel, you know, because they're all experts. And let me give you my opinion, because everyone cares what you think. We're just never going to stop it. So the simple answer of scrolling past it, if it's not for you, like, where's that? The truck's not for me. Boom, move on.
well, and to go off to that point about the negativity and everything, that's why I wore that shirt. You know what this symbolizes, right? Adventure, right? It's being your own person, adventure. You know, and that's why I like, you know, Eric and his brand, because it symbolizes what I'm in the hobby for, an adventure, you know, being out there, sharing my adventures, not getting caught up in all the, you know, social media mumbo jumbo, you know, so.
Get out there, do your thing. Please post about it and have some fun.
We got some people that just joined. I just want to say what's up to Scooter Scott, Nitro 531, Spare Parts RC, our buddy Tyler Sling, William Brinkley was in here. Beef.
Oh, I got good photos of William and his daughter Turbo. That Turbo, she stole my heart. What an adorable little girl. Oh, eat her up. Cute kid. Good people.
And he's got, you know, I've been following your post and your inventory. You know, you're doing your thing, man. You know, the shop and the parts you're carrying. It looks like, you know, you got a great inventory.
He had a beautiful setup at Beat the Creek.
Doing your thing.
Good for him.
Things will happen, you know, those, you know, and Mike, we always talk about this, you know, people that put the work in and do the grind, good things happen, man.
Yeah.
You got to be happy for those people that put the time in, you know.
I know our friends over at Size Matters had an amazing time at Beat the Creek. Lee from RC Carson did a beautiful photo shoot with them. They'll get the exposure in the magazine. We encourage everyone to please, if you have a truck, submit it. Submit it into Reader's Rides. RC Car Action can't make it any easier. Get on there, submit your trucks, and that you know, if RC Car Action could do an entire magazine of just Reader's Rides, that would be epic. But they need the content. Upload your photos, share your trucks, get them published. It's one of those great milestone moments, and, you know, frame it, all that good stuff. Pete, I got something over my shoulder here. I'm dying to show you.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about those lights there. Wow.
Yeah, look, remote control.
Is this the same one you gave us a preview like 2 shows back?
Yes, this guy here, we got 2 shows ago. We did as a sample. You can control them all. I can control individually. I can, you know, set them all depending how you want to do it.
Cool.
But yes, how cool are these things?
And he makes custom. Obviously, you could give him your logo.
Right.
an image, and he'll make the custom light for you.
For right now, we ran a stock of Carryall ones and just did a little softball pitch, just threw them out there to the brand ambassadors, said if there was a particular one that we did, you could order it. If you wanted a custom one done with your logo, I did see yours, Pete. It looks great. It's coming your way. But I mean, they're very freaking cool, just etched and on these little pucks. They're remote control USB. You can plug, it comes with the USB cord. You can plug them in, or battery operated. Take them with you, set them up at a table, put them out on a scale trail for a night run. Very cool little thing.
Them if people on the show want to get in touch with the person, how do they get in touch?
Okay, for right now, one of my good friends, Dreamer, he and I can do these for upon a special request. So the simple answer right now is to just send me a message through the show, my personal message, hit us up, and we can get in contact with you, discuss pricing, turnaround time, all that kind of stuff. This is nothing we're looking to make a big go at. We're not trying to break the internet with them. They're a neat little novelty thing that we're just trying to throw that little softball out there and see what kind of interest there is. So throw a comment up if you're interested, send me a private message. We'll get the ball rolling throughout the week and make some contacts and give you some pricing. I mean, ballpark, no one hold a gun to my head to make this stand, but they're looking like $40 shipped. If you want a custom logo, if you're not picking from one of the ones that we already made, they're $50 to do the setup for your do this the one-time setup. We can get into all the details, but I really just wanted to thank my homie Dreamer, aka Glenn Shelley, for getting these things started. He took the time. He ran out this week. He got them ordered. He ran out and picked them up, brought them right back, and had them here in time for the show. So it was a little bit of a scramble yesterday, running around, getting everything to do to have them set up today. But big shout out to him. He's a grinder. Carryall would not happen without him. He is a big part of what we're doing here.
I sent him a thank you package today.
Awesome.
No, they look great. Yeah, I definitely want one. I got a great place for it right behind me.
Absolutely. It'll be perfect.
Cans are.
It came out good. Was a little complicated with the way your logo is with the coloring, trying to, the guy can play around with it and make it happen. But the monster one, I mean, this was set up and designed around a single color print logo. So it transferred over so well, and the way it's cut around the outside of the circle, I mean, very happy with them. Very, very happy. They came out great. I don't know if I'll leave them up there for every show or not, or what.
Your Scale Rat just joined us, and he said,
dude, Scale Rat needs one, 100%.
He said that Scale Rat would look cool. Yeah,
it would. Dude, the rat would look sick. Oh, he'd kill it. Yeah, Robert, hit us up. We'll work something out. So
go. It's 9:05.
The Powerhobby toolkit, Peter, that we showed off the week before, the big bundle bag. Bro, we got to test it in a real world scenario by traveling to an event and it pack it up and go. You have everything in there that you need in one box.
You brought it to Beat the Creek? You brought it to Beat the Creek?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I you know what I do, honestly? I leave it in my truck. I have it in there right now. Because whenever I wheel, I always have a full toolkit that it packs up. I mean, that's a great toolkit. I mean, hats off to Power Hobby.
It had everything in it. Before, in the past, when I'm packing up, I have my small toolkit in my bag, in my backpack, always ready to bug out. But with the Power Hobby Elite set, that pro level kit, I mean, down to the truck stand and all those one-off tools, it has everything in there. And I was confident grabbing that thing and just knew everything I needed is in here.
Yeah, and I remember when that came out, there was some comments about that it's expensive. Now at $100 price point, if you try to price out all those tools individually, it's going to be way more than 100. But like Mike said, you're getting everything you need for a trail repair, all the way to building a truck from scratch. I mean, in one kit, put it in your truck, your bag, you're good to go. So yeah, check out that elite tool set from Power Hobby. That's definitely, worth taking a look at. But,
Absolutely.
all right. So the contest,
Hang on before one second. I'll give you the letter in 1 second. I'm messaging with somebody here. We might have a surprise. 1 second. The one of the things that I did at Beat the Creek, Pete, was we rushed at the very last second. Dreamer and I crammed in on Thursday to get a job done, and that was we installed the boombox, the Bluetooth sound system in the SCX24.
the one that
I'm messaging with somebody. I'm like, who the hell is this? And then the image that I got cracked me up. He's like, I'll join in. I don't know if it will show up on the phone. How many people do we know with a Reese tattoo? Our friend William. He's like, you send me a link. I'll jump in real quick. But I'm going to tell William that, William, we'll get you one as a guest. We'll get you a full 20-minute spot. You have no worries, dude. Next week, who did I tell you was next week? It was a big guest. Who? Oh, thank you. You whispered that nicely. Yeah, it is. I'm going to get back to that because we can say it.
Before you go, he wanted to know, William, hit up Mike about those signs if you're referring to the signs behind.
What does he want? One Performance Hobbies?
Well, yeah.
Or Scale?
Performance Hobby. Where do I get one with my name on it? Yeah, just message Mike.
Yeah. Well,
right.
Just send us a message, and we'll work something out next week. We're going to start collecting a list and try and do a big bulk order all at once. So Scale Rat, William, anybody else out there watching, Dan, if you're still watching, we want to get beef tubes one done. This is the time to do it. We'll throw them on a big bulk order and get them all done at once and get them shipped out. But the whole thing with the Micro Lifted Customs RC, I've been mentioning them the last couple of weeks. We got lots of cool stuff going on with them. But we got the Micro SCX24 Bluetooth speaker installed in the Gladiator. So many people were turning their heads and like, wait, what was that? Do you have a Bluetooth speaker like in your backpack? I'm like, no, that sound is literally coming from that SCX24 Gladiator. And it blew their mind. It's so loud, it's booming, and you got to get one, dude. It's so freaking cool to have your Micro blaring music like that. It was a real treat.
Back of the Gladiator, like right in the spot.
Yeah, so it goes right underneath the tent. So you have your tent off. With that tent, it provides a little protection for it. The speakers stand up, but it goes right under there.
Wow.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
Got to get me the contact.
I will, 100%. We're going to have him on as a guest one week. He's going to be bringing wheels, his Bluetooth speakers. He's got so much cool stuff that he wants to come on here with and do a big reveal. That's very exciting. We have two big things. Tinker Time RC and Hard Park will be two future guests coming up. And we'll talk more about Hard Park and what they're doing. And we're going to have to do a whole show on what Tinker Time is doing. But great people that we met at Beat the Creek. It was a pleasure. I've made contact with them. We'll see where that goes. But Desmond Mooney, for the people that know the living legend, Desmond Mooney, he is going to be our guest next Saturday. I'm not going to spoil it, and he can do the drop and tell the world what he's been doing. People like to say, oh, Des has been quiet. Well, Des has been building a super dope one-to-one truck, but Des might have been quiet, but he's been working on something very cool. So you tiny truck comp guys, you better listen up. Des will give the whole rundown on what he's got cooking. So that will be exciting. We have the letter of the week to do, Pete.
And I just wanted to say before you drop the letter, so for
Yes, sir.
the people that are just joining for the first time, so we're doing
Yes.
a contest, and each week we give a letter, and the first one was F, and Mike's going to reveal the second one, and you know, whoever spells out the word by the end, when we give the final word, messages Mike, there will be a prize involved.
Yes.
The
And
first letter was F, and Mike's going to drop the second.
we'll drop the next one. And this is the last time that we're going to play this easy. So next week, when we drop the letter, we're not going to give you the first two. So you need to make sure you go back, remember go back and watch the other shows so that you know what the first two letters are going to be. For the people that got a chance to look at the base camp, I need you to comment below. Simple Green, I thought that was the perfect comment, or I thought was the perfect name for that rig, to call it Simple Green. But I do want to know, from the 3 color options that they released, which color would you have picked? I've seen the gray. Something about this green. I didn't have anything that
Should have got blue.
Yeah, I knew which one you would have gone for. But we want to make sure anybody that's listening now, let me know which color base camp you would have picked. And also any questions you have for Desmond, make sure you write them in the comments below. We need to know if anybody wants any of these. Comment. Make sure you please share this. Like, comment, share, subscribe. There's a lot of work that goes into this show week after week after week, and we thank you all for tuning in and making this show possible. Peter and I love this. We only do this show because we love it. There's no other reason, because we love it. And I mean that 100%. Your letter for this week is O. O as in on. O as in on. So we have F as in Frank, O as in on. And make sure you go check out Performance RC Hobbies. He has all the stock on Castle, everything.
I think he bought Castle out.
He did. You're right, dude. You need Castle stuff? Go hit up him.
I mean, I'm just very impressed, William, you know, in Performance RC, you know.
He's doing what he has to.
If you guys are looking for something, you know, I follow his posts. He has great stock, and he's doing great things with that hobby shop. So keep doing what you're doing, and I know you're going off to Axial events, and keep grinding, man. It's going to get better, you know, and things will work out. And, you know, thank you all the newcomers. You know, I've been watching the comments and seeing some new names, like Mike said. Definitely hit the subscribe button. You know, it's only getting better. We got a lot of great guests lined up, a lot of familiar names that you know. If you want to get a spot on the show, message me and Mike. We could definitely check the calendar, but calendar's getting booked up, Mike. And we got some great people coming up. And, you know, like Mike said, we do this for you. This is not a paid show. You know, this is just, we do it for the love of the hobby. So anything, you know, suggestions or time slots, definitely send us a message.
We can only get better. We can't get any worse than what we do. We know it's a bunch of hacks. Rad is the name of the show. A couple of RC addicted dads just having a good time. So
Speaking of dads, it's time to get back to the kids, right?
Yes, we ran late. I apologize for running late. F and O, that is your letters of the week. 2 more to go, and then the prize will drop. Go check out RC Pro Rack. Get your wall hanging system. Go hit up Judd over at RC Pro Rack today. Peace out. Pete, sign them out. I'm out of here.
All right. Thanks, Mike. And we'll see everybody next week with our special guest, Desmond. Very excited. Haven't seen Des in a long time, and very excited to hear what's going on with him and what he's been working on. And you guys have a Saturday night, and like, share, follow, and we'll see you next week. Take care.